Kevin, I always say this is one of my favorite questions because I get crazy, amazing answers. Influencers, they come to us in a second, they come to us in over a lifetime, different size, shapes, colors. Do you have, can you share 1, 2, 3 people that have been influencers in your life?
Yeah, it's interesting as I think about it. I've had sort of two different types of influencers. One people-based and experience-based that have really sort of formed my way of thinking. The first would be my father. I have to count on him as a huge influencer. He taught me an incredible work ethic. Gentleman didn't go to college. He grew up on a farm. He had a disability. He had polio as a child, which left him a little mobility impaired as he got older. But his work ethic and his just moral strength taught me a ton. And he challenged me to be a better person than I think I can ever be. And I will always respect that, along with the fact that he opened me up to that global view at a very young age by introducing me to other cultures. Another influencer I had was actually my boss at one point in time, a gentleman named John Hedblum, who was a lawyer by trade, but working at US Airways with me. And what I learned from him, which was really interesting, I say he taught me how to think. And he didn't have an HR background, he had a labor relations background, and he sort of inherited human resources and everything that comes with that from the non-labor side. And I think it was his legal background, but he really introduced me to sort of the value of debate. I've always been somebody who likes to talk through issues, but it was just second nature to him. And so his willingness to challenge and his willingness to get me to think differently has formed me in how I try to lead others, in making certain that opinions are out there and opinions are heard, and no idea is a bad idea, it's just an idea. And we really talk through issues. Outside of the people side, I had 2 experiences that I think have really influenced who I am as well. My first real airline that I worked for was Pan American back in the day.
The first real airline. I'm like,
what Pan Am taught me, or what Pan Am gave me, was this cultural curiosity. Even though I had traveled the world, they forced me to travel the world now. I was working for them as a purser on board the aircraft, flying all over the world. And that was really exciting. But it also really, for the first time, opened my eyes up to the power of diversity in the workplace. Because it wasn't unusual on a 747 to have 13 flight attendants, all of which spoke a different language. And when you would get on board and hear the flight attendants on this flight are capable of speaking, and then a list of foreign languages, you would actually see people stop and look up and go, wow. And the fact that those 13 people, all from very diverse backgrounds, could come together and work together happily in a very tight space was an incredible experience, and proved that it can be done. And then finally, my experience working for a nonprofit. I worked for a company called TechnoServe, which was primarily in sub-Saharan Africa and Latin America. Really opened my eyes to a world I'd never seen before, since we were working in rural sub-Saharan Africa with what would be described as the poorest of the poor. And that really proved to me the importance an individual can make, and the influence and impact an individual can have on others who are so vastly different from themselves. And that has always stuck with me, to remind me the power of influence, and realize that people are always watching you. And whether you're their mentor or whether you're just a good friend, you got to be aware of the impact you have on somebody's life.
Yeah, I think that's great. First of all, it's great that you credit them, but it also teaches us that what's that expression? One way or another, you brand yourself. Well, one way or another, you are influencing people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, thanks so much. That was fantastic.
You're welcome, Mark.